Okay, now some vinyl records here. 14 minutes in here. Tarkus, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. First Emerson, Lake and Palmer album I've owned. Really great album. I know Emerson, Lake and Palmer are always teased for being too excessive or over the top or self-indulgent and whatnot, but yeah, this is a good album. The one song that I think is really out of place is Are You Ready, Eddie? Or Eddie, Are You Ready? Are You Ready, Eddie? That one. It just feels so out of place with everything else on the album. Never Say Never, Romeo Void. Really happy I found this. I found out about these guys on Bands Reunited. Yeah, remember that? When VH1 used to show musical programming, they would go out and seek all the band members and have them do one show, one night only. The first episode I saw was on Romeo Void, and I never forgot their name. So it's a good thing I didn't forget their name, because over at the radio station, they had a bunch of their albums, at least 2 of them, and they had the singer Deborah. I don't know how to say it last. They had her first solo album. I never listened to it, but yeah. So that's an EP. Another Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Pictures in an Exhibition. Some people don't like this one because it's just really one song, but it's split into different sections. But no, I think this is a good album. It's a little beat up. It's $1. I thought, well, that's good. Good enough. Oh, this is an interesting one. What do I do? I'll start with this. Want the Hoople Live. This was their live album they recorded. This is okay. They have since then released an expanded version of this album. There were 2 shows recorded for this album, and both shows they use songs from on both sides of the record. But the expanded version, from what I know, includes the entire shows on both discs. One show on one disc and the other on the other disc. And I don't know. It just feels like there's not enough on here. Like, I've heard them out the Hoople were a really great live band, but this really just doesn't do it. So I may have to get that expanded version. But for what's on here, it's good. Okay, and the last one here, Paris. I bought this at local record store Tunes. Got it for $2, and the thing that they do there, which is really nice of them, they let you look at the vinyl. And I'm not going to open up the vinyl here, but because I don't want to take up too much time. But they let you look at the vinyl. I forgot to do that. And when I put it on the turntable here, I noticed that there was a warped bump in it on the first track. And I thought about going back and getting my money back, but it's just $2. I don't know. And also the fact that you can look at the records, I mean, I don't know if they would have given, I don't know if that's worth going back and getting your money for. So it's pretty far. I mean, it's some 5-10 minutes to get there. So I went online and bought another one. I heard the CD version is awful. The one that Rock Candy released. Nobody likes the mastering on that one, apparently. But I went on eBay and found one that was $7.99, and this is really great value here. It's actually more torn up than the other one that I got that was $2, but the record's in fine condition. And for those of you who don't know, Paris are somewhat of a supergroup. Yeah, they made 2 albums. The first one is the one that's worth paying attention to because it's a really heavy album. It's of Bob Welch, who was fresh out of Fleetwood Mac, and Glenn Cornick, who was of Jethro Tull and Wild Turkey. and they got together and they made this album, and it's a really heavy album, much heavier than whatever they did with Fleetwood Mac or Jethro Tull. It's just a really surprisingly heavy album. And they did another album which was more leaning towards Jimmy Buffett or lounge music. But and of course, I got this album before Glenn Cornick passed away. I was very, very sad to hear that. Didn't know he was sick. He was a good bass player. Really love listening to those first three Jethro Tull records, and I have Stand Up on vinyl. It's a great album. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what I got over the summer. There's probably a couple of other albums I've gotten digitally and whatnot, but that's most of it. So I'll try and post videos more often. Watch this. Thanks. I don't know how long the final version or cut version is going to be of this. I'm at 20 minutes right now, but thanks. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.